Looks like I have a bald spot. Jeez.
Can you speak to your perspective on what diversity looks like in Urbana?
As far as what I believe the ethnic and racial makeup of the town is,
Yep.
I'd say it's mostly white. Um, a small percentage of African American and very small percentages of Asian or American Indian.
And can you talk about your role in the district and how you work with students as far as diversity is concerned?
I am the K through 2 school counselor at Urbana Elementary School, which is K through 8. And I work with students primarily individually, sometimes in groups, uh, twos, threes, and fours. And a lot of times that is dealing with personal issues, social issues, most of it from home. Um, I see kids from all of the different racial and ethnic backgrounds. It doesn't seem as if the social and home problems respect any racial or ethnic boundaries.
And how does this child's socioeconomic background impact their performance at school? And what is the bigger makeup of the socioeconomic background of students in Urbana?
I would say socioeconomic background of probably the majority of our students is from a poverty level. I think the last time I heard we were like 65 to 70% free and reduced lunch. And so that's probably the most significant factor in these kids' home lives and their academic performance, because most of the kids that I deal with come from homes where they are frequently exposed to domestic violence. They frequently experience abuse or neglect. Very few of the children that I end up dealing with, and most of the kids that I end up dealing with, have behavioral issues. And very few of them come from a two-parent home where there is stability and structure and consistency. Most all of the kids that I deal with come from a one-parent home, if there's even a parent in the home. A lot of times it's grandparents, great-grandparents, family, friends, aunts, uncles taking care of kids. Stability, the kids don't know from one day to the next. Sometimes, are they going to be living in the same place? Who's going to be at home with them? Who's going to be watching them? Is there going to be food in the home? Will there be clothes to wear? Will the heat be on? Will the water be on? Electricity? They don't have stability, and structure is non-existent because whoever the caregiver is not really involved in the daily needs and activities of the child. The kids pretty much do what they want to do.
Do you feel like Urbana City Schools promotes diversity or acceptance and tolerance of different backgrounds?
Well, I don't think they do anything to discourage it, as far as I know, but do we have programs to actively encourage diversity among kids? At the younger levels, like K through 2, I think we do have programs. I mean, we have a buddy bench to help kids make friends. There's a lot of emphasis on friendship and including everyone in your groups, making everybody feel welcome. I don't know about that, because a lot of times when kids, it's kindergarten through second grade, they don't really recognize racial or ethnic barriers or differences. Everybody's pretty much the same. Anybody can be their friend because they don't think so much about the differences. As they get older, third, fourth, fifth, sixth grade, that's when they become more aware. Boys and girls become more aware because K2, a lot of times they don't care. Boys, girls, whoever, anybody can be your friend. Is somebody black or white? Are they Asian? They just don't, that's not something they really worry about. They worry about who wants to go down the slide, who's going to swing, who can color, that kind of stuff. And so it's not as big a deal, K2, I don't think, at least in my experience. I think where you start to see that becoming more of an issue is as kids get a little bit older and become more aware.
Okay. And what about English as a second language? Do you see a lot of that in the district? And if so, how do you guys handle a student coming into the district where English is not their first language?
I have very little experience with that. We did have one or two students last year um, that came in, and I'm not even sure what the particular student that I'm thinking of, their native language was. It might have been Swahili, but I'm not 100% certain. I don't know. I mean, I know that her teacher made accommodations in the classroom to help her, and then she was also picked up by the speech teachers to work with her. And we saw a huge improvement in her English language last year. But do we have like an ESL? I don't even know if we have an ESL teacher per se. But I know that the accommodations and the special instruction actually takes place in the classroom with the classroom teacher.
And what about your gifted learners?
As far as I know, we don't have any programming for gifted learners, at least K through 2, and the last I knew, K through 3 or 4, maybe even 5. I don't believe that we had any programming for that.
Okay, well, I thank you for your participation.
You're welcome.